Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Facebook James coming to you live from the West Coast, the best coast, the West Side. Yes, sir. Hey, check it out. On the other side of the intro, we got a lot to talk about. Week 0 is in the books, and week 2 is in a couple of, well, actually, we're in the midst of week 2. So after the intro, we're going to go ahead and talk about El Camino, talk about San Fernando. We're going to talk about some jackets, but, stay tuned. And you're probably saying, what is Facebook James talking about? Well, you have to stick around, and I'll definitely let you know what we're talking about. All right? See you on the other side.
Hey, win on me, win on 3, ready, 1, 2, 3. Win! Oh, yeah! Stop playing with a P! 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 Stop playing with a P!
Some call it the gridiron.
Nice route, way to skim it.
Others, 100 yards of pay.
Too much.
We just like to call it football.
Football.
With Facebook James.
Football, baby.
Football, baby. What up, everyone? How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well wherever you're watching from. And so I just appreciate you all taking some time on a Monday evening at 7:30. We know you could be doing anything that you want to on a Monday night, but you're taking some time and spending it with me, so I really, really appreciate it. This is another wonderful episode of This Week in Pali Football. And do me a favor, please. If you're watching the live, go ahead and just drop some comments like Aaron did. Aaron La Scala, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Aaron said, hey, she's chucking up the deuces or peace. I appreciate that. Usually, with my family, we call it chucking the deuces, right, when we're leaving. But, hey, we'll take it. Just don't leave, Aaron. Just kind of stick around. And the rest of you, just let us know. Put some stuff in the comments, some chats, some Go Pally, some Dolphins, whatever you want to do to just, support your team. That'll be very, very cool. So again, welcome to the show. We have a lot of information that we want to share, and we'll go ahead and get started with our, as soon as I can find my mouse, with our Pali Football updates. There you are. All right, let's go to the screen real quick. But you know me, I kind of like some music, so let's throw some music in the background. All right, let's do that. I think I want this one right here. All right, let's do that one. All right, it's kind of chill. It's kind of chill on a Monday. It's kind of chill. All righty, so let's go ahead and get into our Pali updates. We have several. Hey, this first one right here, I told you I was going to talk about some jackets. And so the big thing with the boys on the team is having a Letterman's jacket. And so the good people at C&L Custom Jackets out of Cypress, California, their telephone number is listed there. They usually come and they take care of our boys, got us always looking good. In fact, I might have to get my own Letterman's jacket. What should I put on the back? In the comments, what should I put on the back of my Letterman's jacket? Yes, I did not earn a Letterman's jacket. I do not play football for Pali. However, I've been around for a very long time. So I've been around for at least 8 seasons, right? So what should I put on the back of my Letterman's jacket, right? So here you go. They're coming on campus this coming Thursday. I've been told around 3 o'clock. And so they're going to come down to the field, take some measurements. And usually during that time, they'll take a deposit on the jacket. Now, the jacket takes several weeks to manufacture. And after the JV report, maybe I'll put mine on so you guys can, actually it's not mine, it's my son's, but we kind of paid for it, right? So it is technically part mine. But anyway, it's a nice, cool jacket. And so all the guys, all the athletes who earned their letters, especially in our fall banquet, if they've played football before, they can have a chance to get their custom Letterman's jacket ordered. And so I forgot the gentleman's name. I want to say Pat. For some reason, I want to say Pat. That might not be his name. Don't quote me. Don't quote me now, right? But you got the telephone number there, 714-828-6900. You can get some more details from C&L Custom Jackets, and they'll make sure your boys or girls, because they also do cheerleading jackets as well. They'll make sure you guys look good. So again, now if you're a freshman, it's kind of hard for you, a freshman, or you haven't earned your varsity letter. It's kind of hard, kind of difficult to get your letterman's jacket, right? So usually they give it out after you've played a varsity sport. So, but yeah, they'll be on campus, and you have an opportunity to order your jacket. So guys, if you're watching, hit up your parents. I know this is kind of short notice, but yeah, they're going to be on campus, and you don't have to pay for the jacket in full. Just give them a couple of dollars, and just to hold, at least begin the manufacturing process for your jacket. So that's what that is right there, and that's my boy Cy Riley right there, number 2. He wore number 2. He's a linebacker, as you can see on his jacket. And yeah, you get patches if you're a captain. If you get all city or all league, you can get those patches. At this particular place, they are certified, and they have all the patches for the particular jacket. So I'm trying to figure out, what should I put on my jacket? You guys let me know. Drop something in the comments and let me know what I should put on my jacket if I decide to get one. All right. So Letterman's jackets, and then also we're still looking for dads to sign up for the chain game. Now here's the kicker. For the next 3 games, we will be on the road. That's right, we'll be on the road, so you won't have to worry about it. We're only talking about home games here, dads. And so if you haven't done so already, please make sure you sign up on our Sign Up Genius, and that they'll get you going. It's the best seat, well, it's the second best seat in the house, because I'm sure you would much prefer to be on the on our sideline watching the game and doing the chains. However, the chains are on the opponent's sideline, and you kind of have to be really, really reserved. You can't be all hyped and excited. Just have to, you're part of the chain game, right? You're part of the actual game, working with the referee and the side judges and all that kind of good stuff. So, but it's a wonderful vantage point, a viewpoint. So I highly encourage that particular position if you choose to. But like I said, for the next 3 weeks, we will be on the road. So this coming, of course, talking about presents. So get your merch, order your merch online. We do have some merchandise that will be sold in the stadium. However, like I said, we're on the road for the next 3 games, and so it's really, really important for you to go ahead and purchase them now. That way, if you purchase your stuff, hopefully it should be there by the next home game. Okay, so let's get into these next games here. This coming Friday, we're going to travel out to San Fernando, to the San Fernando Valley, as they call it, the Valley for short, and we're playing San Fernando. Now, from what I understand, they lost last week, so they're 0-1. I'm trying to recall the name of the team that they were defeated by, but yes, they lost. And so I know several years ago they had some pretty good team. I believe they went to the city championship. So San Fernando, we're gonna tussle with them on Friday. JV is at 4, and the varsity game is at 7 o'clock. And so you see the address there. We'll post it on our social media. Actually, it has been posted already, from what I understand. And so the directions are there. And just come on out. We usually have a pretty good, supporting cast who travels with Pali. So that's what that is. So this coming Friday, San Fernando High School, and we're going to battle the Tigers. All right, and then. In 2 weeks, week two, we're going to be back out in the Valley for the Charter Bowl. That's right. And so that particular week is actually going to be a short week, because our game is on a Thursday night. So what happens is the school district has taken off that Friday and that Monday, because it will be Labor Day weekend. And so, come on out that Thursday night. We're going to travel back out to Granada Hills Charter High School, and that is the Charter Bowl. And we have won, I believe, the past 6 or 7 games in this series. And so we have the cup. We have the Charter Bowl trophy. It's chilling in our office. And so we definitely want to keep it here at Pali. However, we just, again, need you to make that drive and support our boys out in Granada Hills. Okay, again, the game is at 4 for the JV, 7 o'clock for the varsity game. And then the following week after that, I believe it's September 9th, we're going to travel to LA Valley College. We're just hanging out in the Valley for the next 3 games. LA Valley College, this one is in Valley Glen. You see the address right there. And we're playing someone we've never played before. This team is St. Genevieve. So, we'll take them. It's good to play teams that we're not familiar with. At least I haven't done my research yet in terms of how they are how they were last year and what their record is this year. But, they have a football squad, and we're just going to put our best team forward and see, see who wants to play and compete, and hopefully we'll get another win. And as you can see, again, that game is on a Friday night. JV is at 4 from what I understand, and the varsity game is at 7 p.m. The location, LA Valley College. And so I'm sure we'll have ticket information as it relates to these games that are away. I know last week when we played El Camino Real, we purchased our tickets, or the attendees purchased their tickets on gofan.co. So I'm not too sure if it's the same exact situation, but we'll let you know. Just check out our social media. So those are the next 3 games. We have San Fernando this week, this coming Friday. We want everyone to come out and support. We have Granada Hills, the Charter Bowl, and then we have St. Genevieve, all right? But you know what? Let's go ahead and dig in the comments real quick before we have a couple of comments. Pali Football said hello there. And, of course, we already talked about Aaron throwing up the deuces. So we appreciate you guys, and I see several more of you guys are definitely watching. Don't be shy. Go ahead and drop something in the comments. Just let us know you're watching, where you're watching from, who you're supporting. If you're a parent, if you're actually a football player on the team, that's really, really cool. And you know what? Let's just give it up to our team on Friday. Let's just give it up for our team on Friday, because what they did, they pulled it off. They pulled off another wonderful win, and let's give them some love real quick. Let me just raise the sound, because I did play some applause there. So let's go ahead and give them some applause. Listen, both teams did their thing against El Camino Real, and we are so very happy that we got the win. And so, before let's go ahead and kick things off with our JV report. I mean, I was out there just looking at the game from on top of on top of the stadium, right? Baldwin, is that how you say it, Baldwin? And just talking to one of my friends, and we were just looking at the JV squad, and they were doing what they needed to do. They scored their 6 points, but then they gave up 8 points before halftime, and then after halftime, they just kind of shut it down. They scored. Let's see, they scored. I think the final score was 20 to 8. So they did what was necessary. The defense held up, and Coach Todd, really, I think he gave the defense, the game ball. And he had, Matias doing his thing. You had Liam G., who was the defensive leader out there, and he had a whole bunch of other guys filling in. I don't have my roster with me. But, yeah, there were a whole bunch of other guys who were pulling their weight, especially on defense and offense. I saw several good runs by some of the running backs on JV. And so it was just a wonderful game. And, the JV battled back with some adversity. But instead of listening to me talk about what happened during the JV game, I do have what I call the JV report. So let's go ahead and check out Coach Todd, Matias, and Liam G.
Okay, so Facebook James here, talking to the new man, the myth, the legend, Coach Todd. What's going on, sir?
Oh, man, happy to be here, man. Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. So you just finished, and I have to say congratulations on your first JV win at the Stadium by the Sea. How does it feel?
It feels great. It's official. It's a real game, and got to get the first one.
Absolutely. I know you had success last week against Birmingham.
Sure.
What kind of preparation did you do with the team just to get them ready for El Camino Real?
Well, the first thing was to let our team know that we're not as good as last week's game. To always, move forward and understand that it's going to be different situation, adversity, and things like that. So we prepared, the right way and got our team really rallying around our running back. He's the core of our team. Like he what makes us go. He's the engine of our team. So getting him going was a big thing. And we prepared for everything they're gonna throw at us. We didn't get to watch film, but we were just preparing ourselves as a defense, and our defense stood up today.
Absolutely. Well, I know you guys scored first, putting 6 points on the board, and then they came back with a touchdown and 2-point conversion. What did you tell the team during halftime to kind of help them understand what you need to do in the second half to pull it out?
That was the good thing. At halftime, I just recalled what we went over in practice, and I told them about what adversity is. Not to get down on each other. We were down all of a sudden. It's the first time our team had been down, and we just needed to gel together as a unit and get our offense and defense to play together. That was the thing. Our offense started really moving the ball much better. The O-line kicked in finally, and our defense had saved us throughout the game. So I thought when we went down, it was a good test of our character as a team. And I preached this to them, and they responded really well. And I was really proud of the fact that we came back and put up a couple more touchdowns.
Absolutely. No, it was a good win. I think I got here a little bit late for the first half, but I saw all of the second half, and just the stamina and the understanding that the boys really had to come back from behind and pull it out, and they did.
Yeah.
So if you could give a position group or a player some recognition, or players some recognition, who would they be? And you don't have to be shy. If you don't have a player, you can mention a position.
I just want to mention a couple guys on defense that were really instrumental today. Our inside middle linebacker, Liam G, was great. Our big nose guard, Malik Lewis, was really big for us. And our outside linebacker, Ethan, and Darnell played great. It's tricky. That quarterback was really good. They had a really good running back, and finding the ball was pretty difficult. So it took some real discipline, and those guys really stepped up to the plate and made huge plays in the second half. So it was necessary for us to get that win. We needed some big plays from some big-time players.
Absolutely. And next week, we travel out to the Valley, to San Fernando. Do you know anything about that particular team?
No, it's going to be hot.
And that's enough said right there. It's going to be hot.
Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations, Coach Todd. I know I was talking to a mutual friend prior to the game. Shout out to Rod Aragon, and he was just so happy to see you, doing your thing. And so even though he was watching from Bowdoin, he was just so excited to be here and watch you do your thing. So congratulations on your first win, and hopefully we'll have many more.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate that. It was great out here. Great energy out here. The crowd and people were really supportive, and it felt really good in our first home game for me and for this JV team. The start of a new regime.
Absolutely. Well, as always, we say thank you to Coach Todd, and enough said. Go Pally.
Let's go.
See you next week.
We're gonna keep getting them.
All right, thanks, Coach. All right, everyone. Facebook James back with the JV report, and I have Matthias and I have Liam. We interviewed them last week, and so I thought, what better way to bring them back, seeing that it's Matthias's first official football game, high school football game, and then we have the leader of the defense, Liam G. So Matthias, just kind of tell us, how did you mentally prepare for this particular game, it being your first high school football game?
Well, all my life I've been playing football, so I worked too hard not to succeed in this game. And I worked too hard. That's just what got me through the game. It's like we have to.
Absolutely. No, and you guys pulled it out. Come in just a little bit so I can make sure you guys are in the frame. So yeah, you did what you need to do. Good job. Liam, just kind of tell us, what did you see from a defensive standpoint, and how hard you guys had to work to get back and actually win this football game?
From a defensive standpoint, it was rough. It was like a battle. We were just going fist and fist. The first half was rough, man. We were down at one point, I think. The first half was rough, but we had to, after halftime, I think we came out super strong. And we just came in and we started wrapping up, we started tackling, and I think our defense finally made the connection. We had to first start off because our defense is young. It's mostly all freshmen, besides me and one other guy. So it took them the first half to get settled in, and I think the second half we dominated.
Absolutely. Matthias, for next week, you guys are going out to the hot San Fernando Valley. You're not going to have the advantage of having this ocean breeze. What will you need to do to continue to get better for next week to face your opponents at San Fernando?
I just want to get better chemistry with my O-line, my receivers. I think this week of practice is going to be the most important one yet. I think we're going to work really hard, condition hard, and get ready for the game.
Absolutely. I appreciate you, Matthias. Go ahead and hang out. I'm going to ask Liam a few questions here. So, Liam, your coach shouted out the defense in terms of giving them the game ball. And you mentioned a couple of moments ago, you guys had to fight. Tell us some of the other defensive players besides yourself who kind of helped this team go get their first victory tonight?
I think definitely our D-line, Cole Ward and Malik and all our front guys, they definitely held it down the most. And then our Joker and Badger guys, our outside containment, it took them a little bit to get into the game. But once our coach started calling blitzes and stuff and I was able to communicate to them, then they really started like locking in and getting outside containment, forcing in, and then we were just making big hits.
Absolutely. No, you guys were making some big hits. You won the game 20-8. Just in case you did not see the game, you weren't here, Pali scored first with 6 points. El Camino Real rallied back with 8 points. And then, Pali just came back and scored 14 more points to win the game. So who would you like to shout out on the offensive side, just so that you can kind of give the defense kind of got their shine? Who would you like to shout out on the offensive side of the ball?
Probably my boy Tyler. He's been grinding all year, all of last year. All of last year he didn't play much, and this is his year to step up, and I think he's really stepping up this year. He's going to be the next big thing.
Absolutely. Well, you heard it from Liam G. I appreciate you, my man.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, go ahead and celebrate what you win.
Yeah,
so, hey, you heard it from here. JV Report with Matthias. We had Coach Todd and also Liam G. So, wonderful night, wonderful win for the JV squad. They won here at the Stadium by the Sea, 20-8 against El Camino Real. So, this is Facebook James signing off for JV Report.
Yeah, that was it, man. The boys pulled it out, and just so happy that they worked hard. I know, they had some adversity to face in their game, but they were able to score 2 touchdowns and actually pulled out a win. So, we tip our hat to the JV squad, and then over to the varsity. The varsity game. Those guys, they came out. Well, first of all, let me just say this. I don't know if you guys checked the live, but the game, there we go. The coin toss in the game was kind of crazy. You have to go back to the tape. The ref, the white hat, he kind of he dropped the coin and flipped it kind of crazily. And, but aside from that, our team showed up. El Camino kind of showed up as well. Things got chippy out there, right? Several guys, just wanted to, instead of play football, they really wanted to tussle. And so several times, we got penalized. Let me see how many penalty yards. We had 11 penalties for 89 yards. We had a total of 56 plays and 17 first downs, which is pretty cool. So, the boys were working really, really hard. I just want to shout out a couple of players. Chris Washington, your running back, number 3. Man, he was just in his bag. He was just running up and down the field, and I'm sure he had over 100 yards of rushing. I don't have the stats yet. Hopefully they'll, the coaching staff will post them pretty soon. But yeah, he was just running up and down the field doing his thing. He almost had his way. So just shout out to Chris Washington, and then Cameron Cohen. I was really surprised with Cameron Cohen. Last year he was on the team, and sometimes he kind of dropped some passes, but this past Friday, man, he had I don't know if he had some stickum on him or whatever. You have to kind of Google what stickum is, but no, he was catching passes left to right, and I think one of his passes actually set up the first touchdown of the game, scored by my son Xavier Riley, number 4. Just probably about a 10-yard scamper into the end zone, and so it was great. So shout out to Xavier. And then Anthony Lieberman, he also came in. So, we have a 3-headed monster at running back with Chris Washington, Xavier Riley, and Anthony Lieberman. All of them just doing what they needed to do against this particular defense. And then also, let me just shout out our two QBs. Right now we're running a 2 QB system. And so shout out to Zach and Roman. There were times when they were putting the ball right on the money, and then there were times when some of the receivers just let the ball bounce off right off their numbers, right? And so hopefully, again, like I said, we're a young team. We want to get better. It's only week 0, our first game of the season, official game of the season, and so we're going to get better each week. And so I'm sure they will have a good week of practice. And then the last person I want to shout out is Sean Greer. Sean Greer had 2 touchdowns. Now, this is the gentleman who I met during the 7-on-7 season. This guy had never played football before. He's a soccer player, and he stepped into his role in the 2 7-on-7 games, and he did wonderfully. And so again, this particular night on against El Camino Real, my man had 2 touchdowns, and I think it was one from each QB, if I'm not mistaken. So we have some pieces. I'm waiting for Mike Hale to step up. That guy, he's a track guy from what I understand. And so we have some horses in the stable, and hopefully when their number is called, they'll be ready to go. And then on the defensive side, we had a number of guys who were doing their thing on defense. And I do remember this one guy's name, Estes, Jesse Estes, I think that is his name. And then what's my other? I'm gonna have to keep my roster with me. Jake, I know his name is Jake. Tribeck, he was pretty decent. And then we had our safeties, our DBs. Marcus Brown Jr. was out there doing his thing. Of course, Xavier got an interception as well. I was hoping he ran it back, but he didn't. And that's like a little family inside joke there. But no, I mean we're doing what we need to do on offense, defense, and special teams, right? Being able to get those PATs. We weren't put in a field goal situation, but I'm confident we have a guy who can put the ball through the uprights if his number is called. So we're going to see what happens this particular week. And man, I'm just so excited for this particular season. It's game week 1 coming up this week, and so I think that's all I got. I was not able to reach, or I did not ask a coach to hop on with me this particular week. I know last week we kind of went over, and so I kind of wanted this one to be short, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Maybe next week we'll have a little bit more content for you guys. But other than that, hey, I'm so excited about this season. And do me a favor. If you're unable to watch the football game, if you can't come for whatever reason, or if Aunt Sally or Uncle Fester wants to watch the football game, but they're unable to, you can do like my man Norm, one of the former Pali Football grandparents. Norm would sit back in his lounge chair with a big box of popcorn, and someone would put the football game on his big screen TV. And so, I will be on the sideline at 7 o'clock, walking up and down the sidelines, broadcasting the game like I normally do on this particular page right here. And so I'm not going to do a scheduled live, but just know I'll probably go live around 6:45, 6:50. And so that way, if you want to share with your family and friends, or if you're unable to hop in and watch the game live, you can definitely tap in on this particular page on our Pali Football page. You can definitely check in, and I will go live and do what I can to make the football game wonderful and exciting for you, bring it right into your living room. So if you want to do like my man Norm used to do with his big old box of popcorn and some snacks, hey, and it's up on the big screen, by all means, we encourage you to do that. If you just have your small device, handheld device, you can do that as well. And then last thing before I close, let me just shout out some of the former Pali football players who were watching. We had a number of guys who played on that 11-1 team last year. Just want to shout out the Babylon boys, Jack and Johnny. Matt Vaughn was watching. Hugo Ano was watching. Xavier Smith. Corey Ellerick was actually at the game. He had to leave prior to the varsity game. And then we had some alum hop on the live as well, and was interested in seeing what their team was up to, what their team was up to. So shout out to Quinn Perry, shout out to Cy Riley, shout out to Lisa Janae, whose son Will played, and also Brian Nally, whose son Jake also played. So, Pali alum, come on in, do your thing, and we really, really appreciate all the support that you guys are giving us. Hopefully, we would love to see you in the stands, but if you're not, you can definitely watch the live here Friday, probably around 6:45, 6:50. All right. Other than that, hey, thanks for watching. We've had a wonderful week. We'll put out some information as it relates to our Letterman jackets and the gentleman coming on campus, and tickets. We don't know what's going on with tickets, and so they'll probably use the service gofan.co to sell the tickets. But once we confirm, we'll put that information on our social media. All right. So take care. God bless. Hey, Aaron, absolutely. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you staying and being supportive of what we're doing here This Week in Pali Football. If you're watching, you know, you can always go over to our YouTube channel and go ahead and subscribe. That way you'll be notified anytime we drop a brand new video, or anytime you'll be notified anytime we go live. All right. So have a wonderful evening. Thanks for watching. And as always, if I can find my mouse, as always, go Pali. Thanks for watching. Take care.
Hey, win on me, win on three. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Win! Oh, yeah! Stop playing with a P! Stop playing with a P! Stop playing with a P! Stop playing with a P!